How are you guys in the chat before I even start? You must have been looking at me doing some crazy stuff. Oh my goodness. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Hello World. I hope I wasn't doing anything crazy like digging in my butt or anything. Please don't tell me if I did. Hey guys. No, because I didn't start the chat yet. I was actually looking at NASCAR Man 3345, borderline um Hoarders. She was hosting his auction. So I was kind of supporting them looking at that. So I must have been doing some crazy stuff. Oh my goodness. Wow. Forgive me if I was. I'm so sorry. Hey Jenny B, how are you? Look at me, not minding my business, and look what happens. Guys, welcome to another episode of Hello World. Make sure you kind of give me a thumbs. I heard that helps boost the channel. And also, um, make sure you like, subscribe, and definitely share these videos because you never know who might be inspired by what we speak what we say in the chat, or by what we speak about in person. Because sometimes people do call in, so definitely thank you for all of your support, guys. Oh, okay, good. Yes. You know how long it took for me to take that picture? I was literally standing like this, just sitting there for the camera to take the picture. And I was like, oh, my legs, my legs, my legs. Oh, look at Clem saying hello to everybody. Finally being a nice man that he is. He's starting to know how to use YouTube, guys. We should all give him a little clap. Yay! Go, Clem. It's your birthday. Go, Clem. Go, Clem. By the way, guys, this happens to be one of my favorite t-shirts. I actually made this t-shirt. I got this t-shirt designed in 2014. And this was the second t-shirt that came from Be the Difference clothing. So it really is, it was definitely a statement that made my company um, stick to the point of being inspirational. Because I didn't just want to be like, regular, like a regular clothing company. I don't know. I never personally ever want to really be like anyone else. I know that it's probably a okay thing to be like other people, but I don't know. I find like it's more interesting and it's more challenging to do the opposite of what everybody else does. I've always been that way. And yes, go ahead, Tracy. Just so we're like a birds of a feather, of a feather. See, we all flock together. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, guys, let me tell you. So today I was actually off. I have time. I still haven't put in vacation yet because I really wanted to put vacation in when I had plans on going somewhere. But seeing how I haven't made any plans yet, I still need to put some time in. But so today, actually stemming from last night, I wanted to do my laundry, so I didn't have any obligations for today. So I did my laundry, and then I took my detox thing. So remember how I told you guys how I've been taking herbs and and they're just like vitamins, but the difference between a vitamin pill, 'cause I still do take vitamin pills, but the vitamin pill versus the herbs that I take. So from what the guy told me, the herbs actually go into the bloodstream a lot faster than when you take a pill, a vitamin pill. And also, once they crush up the vitamin and then turn it into a pill form, it doesn't necessarily have the amount of milligrams that they say is in it. Right. So when you have the herb, it's just all crushed up and everything. I think I've shown you guys what it looks like. You want to see again? Okay, I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back so you can see that. Don't mind my little pants. But yeah, guys, my day was amazing. I definitely am very happy today. I'm happy almost most days. I'm happy almost most days. Um, but yeah, I'm grabbing that the vitamin for you guys. well, the herbs, so you guys can see, and then I can tell you exactly what goes on with them. Okay, so I'm back. So this one is one that I can take. Yeah, that too. This one is called Heart Gift. I can actually take this one. I'm supposed to take, I don't know what all this white stuff is, but I'm supposed to take it every single night. But I haven't been doing that. It's almost empty, but I'm going to just spoon it out just so you can see what it looks like. See what that is? Those are all crushed up herbs. And you can make it into a tea or, oh, it smells so good too. You can make it into a tea or you can just drink it flat out. So before I knew you can make it into a tea and strain it, I was just drinking all of that. Yeah, like little barks and everything. And this one is what I took last night. And as you can tell, what it really says, it says Royal Flush. And of course, I made sure I put a note, make sure you take off the next day. Because, like it says, it's a Royal Flush. This one, it smells good, but it's thick going down. This is what it looks like. It's green. And let me tell you, once it gets thick, so like it absorbs all the water, and once it gets thick, it kind of just, I don't know. It just it makes me feel like there's something crawling around in your stomach. I don't know. I'm just weird like that. But I took that last night. And the reason why you're supposed to take off the next day is because it's supposed to help with the elimination process, AKA poop, and take out all of the excess bowel movement that is, or the excess feces and, contaminants, toxins that are in your colon, right? Because remember, our colon is probably taller than all of us. So, while we may poop every day, um, sometimes stuff doesn't always come out. And then you always need something to help pull it out. And these things are all natural. There's nothing but natural things in it. There's like turmeric, there's all types of leaves. So there's no artificial anything in those things from the ingredients that he gave me. So let me tell you guys. So for today, I literally thought I would be down for a few hours, but really it wasn't even a few hours. I probably went to the restroom like 3 times and that was it. I was kind of surprised because I was like, wait a second. I thought I was supposed to be down to at least 1 o'clock. So I will tell you, however, my stomach feels a little achy. So it feels like there's something there, but it's just not coming out. But it could be because I haven't eaten a complete full 3-course meal yet today. I don't know, but I'm sure it'll go away. Anyway, I'm going to tell you what made me so excited. I want to let you guys know, please make sure you open up your mail because I'm going to tell you why. You know how you get junk mail, right? I'm going to show you the front of it. So this is the mail that I got. Nielsen. So if any of you guys know what Nielsen is, it's really called Nielsen SoundScan. It's basically a company that logs all of our audio, visual, any type of material. So like, you know how you hear your favorite song on 1,000 times a day? Nielsen records that 1,000 times a day across the whole entire world. And then that's how they create royalties for the artist. So Nielsen sent me this and I was going to throw it away. I actually was going to rip it in half. But as soon as I went like this, girl, guys, this was in there, a real dollar bill. You know, I was jumping for joy. I was like, woo! Like, I felt like something went through my whole entire body. I was like, oh, like it was a vibration. I was so excited. And I just said, I don't care, even if it's $1, it's a tax-free dollar, guys. You know how long and hard we have to work in order to get a nice free tax-free dollar? Let me tell you, I enjoyed that dollar. And I almost don't even want to spend it. But I will. Probably buy a bag of chips or something with it. Um, so yes, that was my excitement for today. Yeah, dang tootie. Yeah. That was my excitement for today. And that only happened just now. And I always equate that to, me being at the gym. And I did go to the gym today. I don't feel like I worked out as hard because I guess when I hadn't been to the gym since last Monday, maybe my muscles got tight or something. I don't know because I wasn't stretching, I wasn't exercising. But between yesterday and today, it's like I feel like I get tired really quick. And I don't like that feeling because usually I can press through without breathing too hard. Hi, JY. Welcome to Hello World. Thank you for joining us. Feel free to speak to everyone in the chat, get to know them, look at their pages, show their pages some love, and just show everyone some love because this is what Hello World is all about, bringing us all together so that we can have a beautiful time and then carry it over into our individual lives when we leave each other's presence. So, I was so happy. So, guys, if you see a Nielsen piece of mail come to you, don't throw it away because it very well could be $1 in there, and you can get yourself a little something with $1, maybe at Walmart. Actually, yes, you can get 2 of those little cakes from Walmart for $1. So, boom, that's your dollar. So, yes. And the inspiration continues. And that's why I labeled it today as the inspiration continues. I was bothering one of the members today. Um, and I was telling them, I was like, because they inspire me. I don't think they really think they are inspiration or can possibly inspire me or maybe anyone. I don't know. But you never know. Maybe by me bothering them, that might help them and boost up whatever may be going on or may not be going on in their lives. Who knows? But if you can put a smile on someone's face, that's the amazing thing to do. So before I left today, I ran up to them. I said, ah. And they were like, what? I was like, I'm just bottling up a little bit of your inspiration. And they were like, what? Looking at me crazy, like drop down crazy. And you know what? That's what I am sometimes. I like to have a good time and I'll make up words, I'll make up things just to make people laugh mostly. But I associate my little dollar from, having a conversation with them. I also associate my little dollar from just having a mindset of wanting my life to be a certain way. When you really put your mind to something, your mind is more powerful than your body. And it can move mountains. If you really, 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 really be careful with the things that you think about, the things that you write down, the things that you say about yourself. Even if it's a moment of, and we all fall for these traps sometimes that we put ourselves in. Like, so, and sometimes I do it to myself too. Sometimes you can be discouraged and you say, I'll never get that. I'll never be able to do that. Like, no, because you're writing that into your life, right? That's what you're telling your mind that you can't do. And guess what? That's what's going to happen. You won't do. So we have to nurture our mind and our body as much as possible by putting and doing things that will edify it. Whatever your source of inspiration is, just make sure you think about that primarily. And hopefully, all of the bad times that we may experience, again, that's human nature. It happens, but maybe won't stay as long. I keep on reiterating that, I understand life will always throw us curveballs. I understand that. If there was a way that it could stop throwing us curveballs, and if I could come up with an antidote, that'd be great. But guess what? We won't appreciate having good things for long. I guess because human nature, as humans, we like to have a balance. And sometimes, ruffling the feathers creates a balance for us. It sounds crazy, I know, but primarily if you keep your mind stay firm, steadfast, set on my day is going to be amazing. I'm going to inspire someone. I am continuing to be the difference. You will find that it'll be harder for you to go off track. It will be. And actually that won't even be on your mindset. Your mindset will be in a different place. I keep on repeating myself because it has to be repeated. You also have to remember all of us are adults, and I don't care how old everyone is, because you know how I feel. Like we always date ourselves and make it seem like we have to be a certain thing by a certain age. So let's take the date out of ourselves, right? Let's just say we're aging emotionally, right? So emotionally, a lot of us have aged with traumas, and guys, please check out Norgis R's chats every morning. She does a coffee time. It is amazing. It's funny, but she was talking about this too. How man, I lost my train of thought. Um, I lost my train of thought. I should have just said it and then let it all out. It's gone. Amazing how that happens, right? Your train of thought could be messed up by you saying something else and then you lose the whole entire thing. Can anybody remind me what I was just talking about? um, I can't even remember. But anyway, nonetheless, um, we need to stay inspired. We need to stay inspired. We need to have a group of people that are going to be around us to stay inspired. And sometimes when there is no one, because a lot of times we go to bed with our own selves, right? Even though you may have a husband, wife, a spouse, or whatever the case may be that's next to you, you're still by yourself. You still want your little portion of the bed. Oh, okay. I missed that part of the chat. I must have gone by then, but it was something earlier she was talking about, that we kind of talk about here all the time too. Um, I don't know. It's gone. I can't believe that. That's crazy. It's like my brain just got wiped out just a minute ago. But it's just very important and healthy to know that even though we have our minds stayed pressed on being the difference, we have to be prepared at all times of whenever life may try to throw us off, right? So if you always have your guard up, like your protection up, then, when those fiery darts, let's just say, try to hit you, you can kind of it's kind of like a layer between you and those darts. So it kind of stunts you and then you can be prepared, right? That's what having an inspirational barrier of people, things, um, and just in general, what will help keep you in a state of, being inspired. And also, when you help motivate others, that'll keep you inspired for sure. For sure it will. It definitely will. Again, I firmly believe that we were brought on this earth to help each other in ways that you couldn't help on your own, you know? Oh, yes, now I remember. I remember now. So, yes, what we talked about, and also, too, Tracy, was basically all of the traumas. Okay. So, like how I was saying, we are growing emotionally, right? So, as we grow emotionally, certain things happen to us. It could be something very traumatic, or even something that someone says that just changes the format of your life, whatever the case may be. But if we don't at least think about those things that really have traumatized us, that spills over into everything that we do. And then people wonder why sometimes it's hard for others to communicate and it's hard for others to love. We all have been abused. We all have. There's not one person, if you've grown into maturity or have grown into wisdom or have grown into emotions long enough, you will experience heartbreak, you'll experience disappointment, someone sometimes to the core, right? So if we don't deal with those emotional things that age us, then absolutely it's going to be hard to be an influence. I mean, because we all are influential. We all are. Yeah, we all do. And a lot of people, the problem is a lot of people don't want to admit it. You don't have to admit everything to like the whole entire world. You can at least if maybe if you're if you're if you are strong enough to even write down some of the things that may have scarred you, because some people can't even write or look at stuff. If you can write down or admit to somebody you trust, or a psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever the case may be, if you can admit that you've been scarred and you're not strong all by yourself 100% of the time, then you have the key to life. And if you're a person who feels like you've never gone or had any scars, then you're lying. I'm going to call you a liar because you are a liar. You are a liar. And you know what? Liars, a lot of times what liars do, that's a defense mechanism. It's a defense mechanism that just makes it seem like you're something that you're not. And if you feel like you're something that you're not, then you are an imposter. And you do nothing to help create our world into continued betterment. You are only damaging yourself first and potentially someone else who could be looking at you like the sun, moon, and the star. Don't you think you owe it to the next person who really truly looks at you like the sun, moon, and the star to be honest, at least with yourself, and present yourself like, I don't have it all together? I need help from time to time. A lot of us have addictions to a lot of different things, right? For a while, I was addicted to potato chips. I just was thinking about it all the time. I talked to you guys about it too. And it was just like my brain triggered at some point of the day, I need a bag of chips. Before, it took me a week to finish a bag of chips. But after a while, I was just like, I need a bag of chips. So whatever they put into the beautiful preparation of my chip had some type of substance that made me, mentally and emotionally need that bag of chips. Is that a bad thing? Yes, it can be a bad thing because chips are not the healthiest thing in the world. And depending on my chemical structure, you know, I may not be the type of person that needs a lot of salt or sugar. Whatever runs in your family, depending on what generation it is, it could be worse and worse. So admit your flaws, guys. You don't have to admit it here on Hello World. Admit to yourself first. And guys, I'm drinking my alkaline water, but I am repurposing this bottle. So that's why it's in this. My alkaline water is just simply a lime cut up, squeezed, and put into a gallon of water. And I just drink it every day or whatever. Um, Alkaline water helps remove the mucus in your body. And so do peaches. I purchased 2 peaches. I can't stand the way they taste, but I know if it's helping to remove mucus from my body, then it's a good thing. Yeah. And you know what? When you can admit the flaws that you have, the flaws that you have, it also kind of humbles you to a degree that it makes you realize, yes, you can't do life all by yourself and you do need others, you know? And is it painful to have flaws? Absolutely. You think anybody wants to admit, with the pride that we were built to have, you think any one of us really wants to admit that you're weak sometimes? Because if you had no problem admitting you were weak, those times when you cried in your bed by yourself, you would have picked up the phone and called somebody. Those times when you were itching and itching to say, I am having the worst day of my life, you would have said something to someone. Those times when you had no money in your pocket, you could have gone to someone and said, listen, I'm having a rough moment in life. Can you please spare me $5 or $1 or whatever the case may be? Or how about you were having a hardship in your relationship? Your relationship, guys, yes. Some people will not admit to themselves or their spouse that they live with that they're having a hard time. If you can't admit that and you're supposed to be in a committed relationship, married, dating, or whatever the case may be, if you've committed yourself to someone else and you can't even fathom telling them how you feel, don't you think that's going to hurt your relationship? Don't you think that's going to hurt your spouse if they truly love you and they really want to be there for you and you're just blocking that blessing? So, yes, a lot of us have pride. Huh. Or how about if you are going through something medical and that something medical happens to, create a very undesirable scent from your body. Some people would just move along, but it takes a lot of courage to say, hey, guess what? Because of this medical thing, I'm sorry, but my pH is messed up. I don't mean to be offensive, but I can't help that. But you know what? What happened? When you say that to somebody, a trusted person or a group of people, whatever, however you feel comfortable, if you're able to say that to someone, you have no idea if that person can point you in the right direction that will help generate or help your pH balance get better. Because they may know something natural that can help, or they may know a doctor that can help. Or, like, if you get a diagnosis that scares the heck out of you, yes, you have to you have to balance that out in yourself. I agree. You have to get used to the idea. But if you hide your diagnosis from people and pretend like nothing is wrong with you, that is very prideful. That will keep you from having a good support system. And I'm not saying shout it across the whole entire United States. I mean, people that really care about you and love you, tell them, right? Everything that I'm saying, I'm not suggesting you tell the entire world, but you do owe it to people who say that they love you and genuinely care about your feelings and your whereabouts. You owe it to them because in your moment of weakness, this is what they'll be doing. They got that shoulder or they'll be holding you up. And won't those moments of despair feel less despairful? Just made that word up. Yes, I did. If you had support, if you allowed yourself to have support, the inspiration will continue, right? I remember when I had my surgery, guys. I'm one, like I said, I never talk, but I wanted prayer, So I emailed the church that I was visiting or that I attend from, I attend or whatever. I don't like to say I'm a member of any church because I don't want to be a member of anybody's church anymore. But I sent them an email with my exact diagnosis, how afraid I was, how scared I was, and how I just needed their support. And I felt like I could trust them. And they did pray for me. But you know how much courage that took? I was almost more afraid of telling them than the surgery that I was about to go to the next day. So, yeah, I let my guard down and I was honest. I was hurting. I was scared. I felt alone. I told them everything. I was like this, guys. I think for the first time in my life, I was like this. Yes. Yes. And keep sharing, Tracy, because you never know who may be silently dying from not being able to admit that they have an illness similar to yours. So keep sharing. We're all related in some way, shape, or form. We're all going through the same things in some way, shape, or form. Not all of us, but there's always someone out there. And there's always the opposite of that someone like you who is afraid to share because maybe pride, maybe fear, all of those things that keep us barriered and blocked out of living a full life. hmm That's what that is. So, if you truly want inspiration or to be inspired, it's going to take you opening yourself. I say this every night almost, but you truly have to be open and willing to know and accept that not everybody is out there to harm or hurt you. There's a few people out there that, are not good. They're rotten apples. But that's this compared to this, who are really out there and genuinely just want to get to know who you are, smile, laugh, share your laughter, share your pain, share your excitements, share everything. You never know how resourceful people can be once you put it out there. Hey, I need this. Just don't know where that ram in the bush can come from. But only if you share and allow yourself to be inspired more. Like everything I do, even this t-shirt to me is an inspiration. And quite frankly, the main people who actually purchase it are people who are in recovery. I never thought that people in recovery would really want to see a message like this. I thought maybe because, it might make them feel guilty. But most of the responses was and have been, well, it just reminds me of where I came from and where I'm not going back. So I'm just like, wow, I never thought about it that way. I never thought about the positive of that positive aspect of this t-shirt. While it's very strong, but it's positive, right? And of course, if you go on the website, you'll see that I have a photo shoot of people. I wanted to represent colors, nationality, um, even gender, and also children mainly, how it affects our kids, any type of addiction. And I'm not just talking about substance abuse. Some of us are addicted to TV, our cell phones, working, eating, you name it. The idea is if it takes the majority of time away from you potentially spending time with your family when they're present, that can be an addiction. That's all it really is. That's really all it is. So it's just to raise awareness on topics that we find too hard to talk about sometimes. If I have to be that ram in the bush to put myself out there and to put some of these things out there, then I will. I rather help than harm. And if People feel like it's harming, then maybe it's just starting to chip away, to chisel away all of that tough skin, all of that dead skin, all of that cement in our heart skin. Because underneath all of that is something so beautiful that we all deserve to experience. Not the bad parts of us, the beautiful parts of us that we all have. I don't care where life took you, how far life may have taken you. I don't care if you failed in everything that you've tried, relationships, um, parenting, work. I don't care where. You're still beautiful. You want to know why? Because, like I said, whoever you believe in, God, your creator, whatever the case may be, they sought enough to mold you into who you are today and believed and trusted that you had something that you can positively plant in this world for today, this very moment. That's why you were created. So you are beautiful. That's why. If your heart is still saying, I still want to desire to do better, you're beautiful. If there's still blood pumping in your veins, that gives you one extra day to be beautiful. And I'm not talking about physically beautiful, but I'm just saying your heart. Because a lot of us have beautiful hearts. If only we would just show it more often. I'm dead serious. The potential that you have that could change the course of a child, another person. Why wouldn't you understand how important and necessary that is? Do not allow your past, your current, or anything that you feel is unworthy to keep you down because you are worthy enough. You're breathing, you're seeing, you're hearing, you're doing. You are beautiful. You are amazing. You have so many talents that you can bring forth and teach someone else. And you can indirectly teach people how to love just by how your actions are and how you display your love in your heart. That your heart is beating every day and your heart is showing every day. But it's up to you to do it either in a good way or in a bad way. That's the choice that we all have each and every day because we start fresh every day. Tomorrow you can't take back, right? So while our emotions are aging and this physical is also changing, you have every day that you wake up, night, or whatever the case may be, to continue to be the difference. You want to pause? Fine. You want to go to commercial break? Fine. But you better come back and come back stronger and better than ever. The inspiration continues no matter what. If you decide to drop the torch, I feel bad for you because you're missing out on this beauty. And not only that, the people that needed you the most now have to rely on some other source because you had the exact fit, but because you refused to fit that or to be that fit, now they're going to continue aimlessly just trying to fit somewhere. Do your part, guys. Keep doing your part. That's how important you are. And I just laid it out all right there. So if ever you feel like your life is worthless, you can't do anything, I just told you why it's not worthless. God, your creator, said why. All you have to do is remember that. Giving up is not an option anymore. The inspiration continues from you, through you, into you. But are you willing to shed away just a little bit of that pride that we all inherited from generations and emotional traumas, and just all that self doubt, that fear that we have to chisel away every day? Are you ready? Are you ready to continue? Well, you have no choice, not here at least. You have no choice. I'm not giving you an option. You're not going to get any sympathy from me to give up. It's just not going to happen. Not on Hello World, never. Because we're going to have to push through everything. We have to push through because there's someone greater or bigger than us that needs us. And what better way to leave your legacy by being able to insert something in someone else that they needed from you? Right? We talk about our legacy all the time. I talk about that. It's not an answer. No. Being in a negative state of being is no longer acceptable. Allowing addictions to torment us of any kind is no longer acceptable. That means you can't do it by yourself, but it means you're going to get help. It means that you're going to do what you can to make yourself better. Having our past failures, past relationships, everything that did not go right before is no longer something that we can allow to fester any longer. We can't let that be the cancer of our lives. We don't want that ickiness in our spirits anymore, in our soul. Because once that ickiness goes away, my goodness, life is so much more beautiful. You will truly understand that life is amazing. I have a glimpse now, guys, of how life is amazing. I get the opportunity to do that, and because it all took me dying to all of my failures, dying to all of my pride, just to say I'm ready for something better and greater. I get a glimpse. This is just a glimpse. What I share with you guys is just a glimpse. Imagine when that grows more. Watch out now. Watch out. You have a living example right here. Is it perfect every day? No, I'm not telling you guys that my life is perfect every day. It's not. But where there's imperfections, that doesn't even phase me anymore because generally, overall, I've got people like Tracy singing to me every morning. Welcome, Joy. I've got Norgis's chat, her coffee chats, all the people that are in the chats, all of the chats that I jump on, and just, the love that I get from everyone else. I have my coworkers, I have my family, I have some friends, I got the gym. How can I let any bad feelings stay long when I have all of this support, whether people know it or not? My little nucleus helps create who you see. And I am proud to say that because that only says that, Joy, you're opening up more. And guess what, guys? I want everything. I want everything this world. I want everything life has to offer for me. I want to experience it all the good stuff. I've already experienced enough bad stuff in my lifetime that I think I'm done with that. you know, Let us all get to that point today and say no more. you know, no more. So, if you've ever wanted to play an instrument and you just thought that you couldn't do it, go play it. Go take the lessons. That'll add more value to your life. And then also it'll open up more doors to people that you may not have met if you not started playing the instrument. You want to have your own chats on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever the case may be, start it. You never know who may run across your page and get exactly what they needed. You want to be a professional gardener? Do it. You want to be a motivational speaker? Start with yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror. Start talking to your family, friends. Start, if you have a group, like if you go to church or whatever, start speaking there. But I will say, if you want to be a motivational speaker, you definitely have to make sure that heart is soft. You want to be a teacher? Do it. There's so many different types of teachers. You want to start yoga? Do it. There's so many different levels of yoga. You want to drive? Do it. You want to go on a bowling team? Do it. Everybody has to start somewhere. You want to start walking more? Do it. You want to jog? Do it. Let me tell you guys, I was looking at my Samsung Health, and in 2015, my top speed was 15.2 miles per hour. 15 miles per hour I was running. I'm going to do that again now. I bet you I will. And it's going to be logged so you can see it. 15.2 miles per hour. I said, what? I never thought I could run that fast. But guess what? I ran every single day. I pushed my body every single day and said, I'm going to do this. I have this goal in mind. I'm going to do it. I thought I was too old then. I'm still going to do it. You want to be an artist? Do it. You want to be a writer? Do it. Thankfully, in this day and age, you don't necessarily have to be a professional in order to get into a field. And it's not to say that you're doing it to be a professional. You never know. You may just pick up a hobby that helps you relieve your nerves, your tension, and then other people can appreciate your artwork or whatever it is. Just do it. Experience life. I think a lot of times we put in our heads that if we're going to do something, we have to perfect it in order for it to be solidified something worth doing. Again, there's no such thing as perfection. You think that, okay, if you wanted to be an artist and your first drawing was horrible, guess what? It was your first drawing. And it's your hobby. I mean, look at Picasso. There's some things that you can look at and just not see why it's so valuable, but other people do. Other people see the value. Your stuff can be just as valuable. So all I'm saying is, if you have a burning desire, because the inspiration continues, to do something, just do it. We're not trying to do things just because we want to be like the best at it. We're doing it because we desire to do it. And when that desire comes, it is a purpose that may be a little bit above you at the moment in time. But you'll understand it sooner or later, but just keep doing it. Tracy, you keep singing because it's a blessing to have somebody say, good morning, good morning, good morning, Joy, good morning to you. Like, honestly, it reminds me of when I was in preschool, when the teachers used to sing before you took a nap. So it's comforting. And imagine all the people that you comfort when you sing your good morning song to those. Keep doing it. Everybody in the chat may chat. I'm talking about Norgis and all of them. Everyone in the chat may chat, but you have no idea what's behind that true emotion after their chat. And they could put all of those great laughing, smiling things, but you don't know what happens personally. But if by you singing good morning to them may, stimulate something good in them, keep doing it. The inspiration continues whether we need to understand where it's coming from or who it affects or not. Every single thing we do has a potential to make someone's life better, to make your own life better. So just do it. I challenge you guys. Do something that you thought you could never do. I'm trying to do stuff now that I don't think I can possibly do, but guess what? I'm going to make a good concerted effort. And I'm going to knock out the back part of my head that says, no, you can't, and continue to say, I'm going to do this. A way is going to be made. How it's going to happen, I don't know, but I'm going to keep thinking about it. I'm going to keep writing it on my vision board. I'm going to keep envisioning how everything is going to look once I have what I want to do. And however that falls out, I'll know, because then I'll get that relief like, wow, this is what it was. Just do it, guys. What other things do you have left to do in life if you're not trying to fulfill some type of purpose? Money doesn't do it. It helps, for the day-to-day activities, but it doesn't ultimately create a happy forever happiness in your life. Look at all of our, powerful celebrities. A lot of them are unhappy, depressed, on all different kind of prescription things because they don't have what we all have together, which is love. So never look at someone else and think, wow, I wish I were them. Don't do that. Because if you walked a day in their shoe, I guarantee you'll be ready to jump out of that shoe. And you'll see how stinky that shoe is and how many holes that shoe has, how many bullet wounds. Appreciate what you have. Just out of everything for tonight, guys, just let the inspiration not stop. Let it continue to flow through your veins, like all that blood that pumps so all that blood that pumps so juiciously. I was trying to make up another word. Juiciously through our veins and keeps us going and keeps us feeling alive and keeps us moving, keeps on giving us energy. Let the inspiration be like that for you. Thank you guys for joining me for another episode of Hello World. We are on 95. Yes. 90 got deleted, so if you look through and see that there's no 90, it's just because it got blocked by Netflix. Make sure you guys are giving me thumbs up if you can. Like, sharing, and definitely turning on your ding-a-dings to know when I'm on. Also, I feel like it's important to mention that there's a series down below. If you want to look down below, I feel like any one of those stories can help you, at least if anything, encourage you. So please check out their stories. It's called Our Lives Seen Through My Eyes. I believe I have them in a playlist. So check them out. You will definitely be encouraged because as I was recording them, I was encouraged by what they said. A lot of people was there. I was their first interview, and it took a lot of nerves for them to actually do it. So just give them some support, comment on that so that they can see you commented and appreciated what they talked about. I am on here every single night between 7 and 9. And until we meet again tomorrow, thank you for giving me a little bit of your time. I really do appreciate it. Um, you guys inspire me, with the chat. I'm loving it. I'm sorry I was not on live right away. I didn't know that you guys could see that I was on here. And I was just too busy looking at someone else's chat, trying to support them too. I actually have their chat going on muted in the background so that they can get the minutes for their channel. So thank you guys again. Until we meet again, remember you are beautiful. You are amazing. There is nothing about you that is a waste. You are necessary and needed. You are loved. You are a brilliant mind, just waiting to just be out there in the open. And if you're out there in the open, just expand it more. So until we meet again, I thank you for joining me. And as always, hello world is here to stay. And I'll see you soon. Love you guys.